What's up, everybody, and welcome back to my channel. I am here at a good friend of mine, Johnny O's Gymnasium in Boca, Florida. This is an amazing facility, huge outdoor training center, professional athletes, normal athletes, kids, everyone trains here at Johnny O's. I'm about to walk in. I have not seen him in a while. I'm gonna surprise him. I can't wait to see him. Stay tuned for some good conversation and an amazing gym tour here at Johnny O's. Johnny.
Good to see you, my man. How's everything?
Dude.
Where's your beautiful wife?
Come here.
Amber, there she is. Good to see you.
The atmosphere is unmatched. And Johnny, when I first met you, I was actually here on the grand opening of this facility. And the first thing I noticed was all the paintings, and I met this man, and I instantly loved Johnny. I've had dinner with him, we would hang out often if I lived here.
Yeah, you'd be here every day.
But I talk to Johnny probably monthly. Yeah. And so, Johnny, tell me what you envisioned when you opened this place.
That's a very good question. So, everybody has ideas, whether it's their home or their business, we have ideas. I've been involved in the fitness industry in one form or another for literally parts of 6 decades, started in the early 70s. And you have ideas. This is not my first gym. So my other gyms, I've done what I've done with them. And then you learn, next time I'm gonna do this, next time I'm gonna do that. And the other big thing for me is, and this is where Steven comes in, it's equipment. I personally want to get on every single piece of equipment to see how they are. Leg extension, for example. There's probably 100 different leg extensions. Some of them feel better than others. There's a little bit of an angle. You can adjust the seat from the seat. You can change the weight from the seat. You don't have to get up and do things. He's seen every leg extension that's come down the pike. You've got to go and look at those. That's why when my relationship with you is so good that I can call him and say, I need this piece. I'm looking at this. He'll say, stay away from that one. Let's go with this one. And that's all I need to hear. When I have a relationship that's built on trust and working together all these years, that's what I'm looking for.
Actually, I'll touch base on that with you, Johnny, because I always say, me and you both, when we build gyms, we're in the business to build relationships. That's what's most important.
Big time.
I've noticed people, right when I walked in the door, come straight up to you, dab you, give you a handshake. Yeah. That's called relationship building 101. Yeah. And it is so important that I think people miss the boat, because if you can build a relationship with someone, they'll never leave your gym. And that's how I was just explaining to Daniel how much competition's here where you are.
It's incredible.
Just in Florida, in general. I've probably never seen more gyms than anywhere. How many gyms is around here, John?
I can't even count them. People will tell me, have you been to such and such gym? And it's, half mile from here. Not only have I not been there, I didn't even know it existed. So there's so many gyms. And the big thing about the gym business is when you go back, I was talking to a friend of mine that opened up a gym in the 80s. He said the difference between the 80s and 90s and today is we still have the same amount of membership. Our memberships today are very similar to where they were in the 90s. You know what the difference is? Rent. And rent has gone up expeditiously, and it has. But because of the competition, the membership rates do not. So just based on that alone, you got a significantly less profit because of the amount of gyms there are.
I'll actually touch on that for a second, because I don't think I've ever talked about that on video, which is such a great point, and I don't know why I've not spoke about it. My father in the 1990s told me he paid $35 a month, and there is certain gyms operating still to this day for less than $35 a month.
That's $15 a month.
It is insane to me. And then I have told this to people so many times. I get calls all the time that gyms are opening and they're looking at this facility and the rent is $75,000. Yeah. Now, I grew up without money.
Yep.
I don't know how Johnny was raised, but I don't think you
Same
grew up
way.
with a silver spoon.
No.
Do you know how bad that would scare me to have $75,000 a month rent to start with 0 members?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so when I met Johnny, and I remember being here, and Johnny started with no members technically.
Yeah, man.
And
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but I knew, I'm like, this man will take this gym. Johnny, tell everybody who trains here, because I know some big name people.
We have had some big name people. This man right here trains Travis Kelce. He had several people at a pro day today, and he sent me the numbers of what they've done on their pro day compared to what they were doing just a month ago. And the numbers are from like a 5'1" 40 to a 4'7" and a 4'8" 40 for 300-pound linemen, some of them. It's amazing what you can do with that. But we've got a lot of, the Puma International track team has trained here. We've had several Olympians, a couple of world champions that won a world championship while they were here working out. Football players, baseball players, you name it. We've had all types of big name athletes that have come through, and they're all on our website and on our Instagram page, as you can see. But and then in between, we've got athletes from 7 years old all the way up to people my age. So,
well, Johnny, I want to show them the good stuff, and then I want to shoot the shit with this man for a little bit, because me and him can talk for hours. But
we sure can.
Let's show the inside of the gym,
sure,
and then I want to go to the good stuff.
All right, come on in. This guy's he's a boxer. When's your next fight?
Right now, we're looking for May 10th on Pro Box card, but if we can't get it set, just staying ready.
What's your record right now, bro?
8-0.
8-0.
Damn.
One of the things that I love, and this guy loves, because I actually, and I know this is going to sound crazy for a lot of people, I love talking equipment. And I got a couple pieces we're going to talk about, but it's really what sets everybody apart. Now this is a
bilateral hammer strength.
Bilateral hammer strength. Each leg works independently. If you do 15 on your left and only 8 or 9 on your right, we know that we got a deficiency and we got to work on it. And you don't know that on a traditional leg press, because you just think that you're working it correctly. When you do it like this, it's different. This is an old piece.
I love that piece.
Chain. You tell us about this piece. So it's rare.
Yeah, this is considered bear squat, tower squat. A lot of people call this different things.
Yes, exactly.
This right here, look at the old chain-driven movement. When I was 12 years old, Johnny, the very first gym that I ever actually worked at too was called Edwards Fitness Zone. My cousin ended up marrying the man that owned it. And I squatted on this. I mean, it's literally, my quads at one point were 32 inches. And this is probably one of the machines that built this.
Wow.
So I'm super partial. Johnny, when I first come, he had a lot of the old school stuff, but it was in like perfect condition.
Yeah.
And I loved that vibe, because he put up the old Arnold, to flip the camera around, Daniel, and show the wall right here. It's absolutely amazing, the artwork. Johnny, speak on the artwork real quick.
Well, that was part of my vision. When I walked into here, getting back to the vision, when I walked into this facility, it was a gym. I'm the 4th gym that's been here. They all came in for 2 or 3 years. Their lease ended and they were gone. When I came in here, I envisioned iconic athletes up on the wall, except for me. I didn't ask for me to be put up there, but the woman that painted it put me up there as well. But I wanted just as many female athletes as male athletes. And the reason behind it is we wanted to attract women. And Arnold has been, he was my hero from the time when I started getting into weightlifting in the early 70s. And I'd make this joke, but I've been a fan of Arnold's since before he could speak English. So when I walked in, I saw this. And within a minute, I saw what we have. I saw no fluorescent lights. I saw iconic athletes hand painted on the wall. I envisioned the music. I envisioned this type of equipment. And my main thing was the vision I had was, let's make a gym that will have a vibe and an energy that is conducive to results. If you go to these big box gyms, People are walking around, they don't know what they're doing, they look out of place, they're not doing anything, they're sitting on machines, and they are, not working. We want you to come in here and be inspired by everybody. We got somebody with the trainer here, we got somebody with the trainer there.
Johnny, you've done such a good job with that. I'm excited to show everybody like one of the biggest outdoor turf facilities. When I met Johnny, we're about to show you, I thought he was crazy. And I was like, what is he doing? Come on, listen. I want to take them out. So we'll touch on a few pieces though in here. Johnny, what is your favorite piece in here?
I don't really have one.
Okay.
Well, actually, you know what? So let's go back here. This is a piece that again, same story. I called Steven and I said, look, I need a belt squat. I told him the piece I was looking at.
I said, don't buy that.
Just like that, instantly. Don't buy that, buy this. And this is it. And the gentleman I was pointed out back to you earlier, Justin Bader, he's our physical therapist. He's shown me a dozen different exercises that you can do on this.
And Johnny, tell them what you just had surgery.
I had back surgery, and I was out of commission for 2 years. And every month that went by, it was more and more, pain, and I was able to do less and less things. And for me, the straw that broke the camel's back was when my daughter wanted to hand me my granddaughter, who was only 8 months at the time, and I was standing in the low end of the pool. And when she asked me if I could take my granddaughter, I paused for 1 second before answering, and that's all she needed. She goes, no, I got it, it's all set. So she didn't even trust me with holding my granddaughter, and nor did I. So that was at the end. I finally found a doctor to help me, and it was a miraculous surgery. So
well, I'm gonna butt in because this man not only looks great, I've always looked up to him, and when I'm his age, I pray I look like you, John. I'm serious, and I say that from the heart.
You're going to, because we're built from the same cloth. You don't go slow at anything. It's all out, and you know the equipment, you know what to do and how to do it, and you've been around it. You've lived
right.
it, so you do know.
Daniel, film me over here though. Few good pieces. Like for instance, I use this every week. Such a good piece.
Yeah.
For someone who don't want to necessarily bench press, the standing chest press is so good. And a lot of people, you see these more and more, but when you put this in, you didn't see them everywhere.
No.
And now it's become like popular.
I used this at a gym before I even knew I was going to open this.
Yeah.
And when I used it, I was like, I took a photo. I said, man, I got to get this piece if I open a gym again.
Yeah.
And that's how we eventually got to meeting.
When I first went with Johnny, you remember, Johnny, when I first come on your grand opening, you did not have that.
No.
And Johnny was like, hey, Steven, we need some cables. We're not sure. And I was like, I instantly walked in. I was like, we need a jungle gym.
I know.
And
I know.
It's crazy because it still sits in the same place.
So
it's been utilized inside Come.
So what happened with this was, that's exactly what he just said is correct. And I needed that. And I was talking to Life Fitness.
I remember.
And they came in and he gave me a price.
Shipping, all the shit.
But he gave me a price. It was like very low. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to go with this. And then when he came here and we went through it, the one thing I wanted was the rope.
Yeah, I remember.
That came down. And when we went upstairs, the price literally went up 3 times what it was going to be. And it was going to be maybe 3 or 4 months to get it. But COVID happened and we didn't know about it. It would have been a disaster. I got in touch with him. I couldn't be happier. As a matter of fact, I tell that story a lot to people about
it's kind of how we met.
Yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because it's not how we met, but at the end of the day, it's like, I always tell people you got to be very careful because nothing pisses me off. If I tell Johnny, hey, this piece is 5,000, it's 5,000. And some of these people, you just got to be careful in the gym equipment game. They will bait and switch you, and I'm not talking about any particular company.
He went 3 times what the price was, And I didn't even get mad. I basically said, you know, we're going to go in another
And just
direction.
so everybody knows, this man, he's not cheap. He would have pulled the trigger instantly. But you're probably like me, Johnny. You don't like to be jerked around.
I don't. And
Not when it's hard to earn money.
And look, at the end of the day, I've got some old school equipment in here. Now, the piece that you were just describing, that could be 40 years old.
Yeah, it's good.
And it's still great, and you don't see it often.
And will
it's
never
better
break.
then, and it will never break.
And they last forever. But Johnny,
Yeah.
take us outside.
All right, so-
this is the good stuff. Come here. Give me a hug. So good seeing you.
This is my
And
wife,
I was going to say,
Alicia.
please.
Hi, how you doing?
She's the glue that keeps us all together. And the more she's here, the happier I am. And she's in charge of operations. And basically, she could even fix things, Stephen, that
I
I
believe that.
can't do. So,
Well, let's get real
She's got
here.
a lot of titles.
Me and you are not easy men to be with. So thank God we got our women. Amber, come in here
I
for
call
2
them
seconds.
Tough guy divas.
So we'll take get us all in the video, because we are for sure, I know for a fact, me and Johnny can be assholes.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
but we have a lot in common because of that. But thank God we're so blessed
Yeah.
for good women.
Yeah.
100%. But Johnny, tell us about
Well,
what I want to tell me about when you told me this idea, and I was like, is this guy crazy? I didn't even know what to think. But tell me what you envisioned out here.
you know, we're an athlete's gym or a performance center for athletes. So when you get a guy like Andrew Spreewell over here, who owns Game Speed and has worked with, you know, hundreds of NFL guys over the years, they're working out here. Most, you know, all the NFL guys that have come in here, they most of their work is done here. It's all speed, it's all quickness and separation, and that's what it's all about, and stability. And these guys spend all their time out here, looking, you know, like a linebacker trying to find a way to stop, cut, and turn to follow the play. And that's the biggest difference. If you don't know how to do something like that, then what happens is, a 3-yard gain can go into a touchdown. So you have to be able to have the ability to do those things, and that's what we teach here. And
Johnny,
we
how
have all
big is-
types of.
how big is
this?
this?
Is 10,000 square feet.
10,000 square foot. Johnny,
And
is
the
this-
awning is covers over 90%.
let's walk
of it.
around, Johnny. Take us
Yeah.
around. I want to ask you, is this the biggest in Florida?
I've never seen one even close to it.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I've never seen an outdoor area even close to this. Now, maybe IMG, I don't even know what they have, but nobody else has what we have. This right here is what separates us from everybody else.
And
you're
Johnny,
in Florida, so why not
right.
work out 365 days a year outside? And
you don't have to tell numbers, but this was a very big undertaking financially, correct?
Yeah.
Because this was not cheap.
No. This the awning alone was close to 100, and we had to go through historic, and we had to go through like so many different hoops to get this put up, and it allows us in June, our rainy season. You know, we could have a monsoon, and there's 50 people working out outdoors. And over here where it's not covered, you could have water this deep because it's Florida soil.
Sure.
An hour later, it's dry. So, we have our rainy season, but we never stop. And as you can see, we got rowers, we have bikes, we have skiers, we've got treadmills and squat racks and weights, you name it. Now we got a cold plunge.
I love that. I thought
which is really good. And, tires and sleds, you name it, we've got it. And that's what, separates us from everybody. We're not so much a quote unquote bodybuilder's gym, we're more of an athlete's gym. People that are running track, people that are playing, girls that play soccer and lacrosse and softball and, pretty much every sport. And we get a lot of teams that come in. Tomorrow night we have 11 and 12-year-old football team off season, they're doing their off-season workout, which is funny to say 11 and 12-year-olds are working out as a team when football isn't going on, but that's what they do down here in Florida.
But Johnny, since I've walked in and I've been looking around, like, I know you say we're not a bodybuilder, but there's a lot of in shape people who come here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, this is not your run-of-the-mill clientele around here.
No.
But Johnny, from an advertising standpoint,
Yep.
who is the target clientele here?
The target clientele is anyone that wants to get results.
I love that.
That's the clientele we're looking for, okay? And you know, we're looking for the more serious people.
Sure.
When somebody calls me, and we talked about this, you had somebody come with a $500,000 sale, you turned them away. And for the same reason that I turn people away that sign up, that talk to me about coming in for a membership. When I speak to them, if I can sense they're not serious, I'll ask them, on a scale of 1 to 10, how serious are you about getting into shape? And if they tell me, 6 or 7, I'll say, you know what, go to UFit. It's $12 a month. And in a year, when you don't have any results, come back and let's talk about it. But only come back if you're serious. And I mean that.
100%.
Because we are not a gym you're gonna go to read a book on the treadmill. This is not for you. This is a gym that you're gonna get in shape with. And we sell results, and that's what we do. And once you join my gym, we take notice of you coming in, and we try and help you. We would rather work with you to get the results that you want, as opposed to filling your slot because 3 months from now you moved on. We don't want that. So we want you to stay. And how do we make you stay? By showing we care, and by showing you how you could be successful. Because the bottom line is, I don't know what you do for a living, but I know that I can't do your job, so why should I expect you to do mine? And it's that simple. And sometimes that's what we have to do, is we keep it simple. You know, I can't do your job. I don't care if you work on the fryer later at McDonald's, or you're a brain surgeon. I can't do your job, but the fitness industry expects you to join a gym and then automatically get results. It doesn't work that way.
And it's no different, what I was saying earlier, than, hey, we're just gonna open up and make money.
Yeah.
This is a marathon, not a sprint. Johnny has not had the easiest road, in a sense. You were talking about COVID.
We opened, and 30 days later we had to close for COVID for 2 or 3 months, and we had to do it like everybody else, and it's adversity, right?
Johnny, let me touch on that a minute, which has nothing really to do with the gym. Not only is this man a personal friend of mine, I love Johnny O. My point is, though, how much adversity, Johnny, have you faced? You said you've been in the gym since the 70s. How much adversity have you faced in all them years, as far as from your body, your business, your financials, your marriage? Has there been, everything just been easy? Or
No, man. No, look, everybody faces adversity.
Right.
Every man and woman face adversity. Some face it earlier in life than others, some face it later, but we all face it. And the bottom line is we are defined by how we overcome the adversity. We're defined by that. How do we overcome it? And, I've seen, my daughter is, she's in her early 30s now, and she's got 2 kids, but in her high school years, she had a soccer injury that was so bad that she lost the use of her hand for about 5 months. And she did not have the use of her dominant right hand because of an injury that happened in a soccer game, and the surgery didn't fix it, and we had to wait 5 months and go to other doctors and overcome that. But I watched her face that, and she never complained once. And I've seen her go through a lot. And when you see other people, we did a fundraiser a week and a half ago here at the gym, right out here, that was very successful for a young lady that joined my gym right when we opened 5 years ago, and she got diagnosed with brain cancer, and now she has it back. 5 years later, and we did a nice fundraiser. We had amazing people that come out, and we've done a lot of good for her, and they're very grateful. But you know, when you think about whatever issues we have, and we both have children, and I have grandchildren, it makes our problems look bad.
I agree.
So there is adversity. As far as my body, my last 10 years, I've had 8 surgeries, and I didn't have any before. But you know, you just have to face them, and you know, we fight, man. We fight every day.
Johnny, if you don't mind, I wasn't going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
Tell the camera how old you are.
I'm about to turn 65, so I'm on Medicare starting April 1st.
But Johnny, I'm not kidding. Not only do you look great, but this ain't something I normally talk about on camera, but I'm very big. I've never done a day in the life of me.
Yeah.
And how much self-care I do, from cold plunge, sauna, vitamins, the whole nine. And people ask me, when I had my children, we couldn't get pregnant. And when I had children, my son will be 7 soon. So when we got pregnant finally and all this, I really, as a man, and you know where I'm coming from, it puts a light, it switches a light on in your brain that, man, I have to provide, but I got to take care of myself.
Yeah.
And I can't explain it unless you've had children what it does.
Yeah.
And you know where I'm coming from. What do you do at this point over the past few years, Johnny, to maintain a level of, like, every time I'm around this man, we pick right up and it's like the energy's there.
Yeah.
What do you do for yourself, Johnny, day to day? Like, how do you maintain this?
I'm a systems guy, you know, like you. No matter what time I go to bed, I'm up at you know, this morning it was 3:45, I think.
Oh, wow.
I get up, and I have a swimming pool in my backyard, and I go for a swim. The first thing I do.
At 4 in the morning, Johnny?
4:30.
Okay.
5 at the absolute latest, and I might answer some emails. I go out and I swim. And let me tell you, you know, we all think about coffee, how much coffee helps with the caffeine. Nothing's better than, especially in January, February, down here diving in a pool, you wake right up.
Yep.
And I do, I don't go swim for long, but I do a number of laps.
Johnny, not
I get
in a
out.
heated pool?
No,
So
I got a heater.
But
I have a heater.
you're just
I
using
turned it off
Yeah.
to make it more uncomfortable.
Right.
Good question. So I literally brought in my son-in-law is in the pool business. I got the best commercial heater. I brought gas into my house, and now I can heat it. And when my grandkids come over, I will heat it for them, but not for me. And I turned it off because I wanted it to be more difficult.
It's proven almost in science that, and obviously people would argue this, but like a few minutes in even your just a cold shower head, it don't got to be cold plunge cold.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never been more alert. And it almost sends a sense of euphoria when I get that blood flow
And
going.
your mind starts working.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. So I'm glad we're talking about that.
And
what do you do from there after the cold?
So I get out of the pool, double espresso. If I'm doing cardio, I fast. If I'm going to do weights, I do it just a little bit of egg whites, and I'm here at the gym 5:15, 5:30 every morning.
Oh wow!
Every morning, and I do a workout. I talk to some members. I go home and have another meal, and then I'm back here by 9 to 10, 10:30 at the latest, and I'm here for the rest of the day, and you know, just doing my business, and having some fun, and hopefully helping some people out.
Johnny, do you still enjoy this life?
Love it. I love it.
Can you imagine doing anything else?
No, and I don't ever, you know, when I'm obviously at that age where a lot of people are retiring, and I talk to my friends, and I'll tell them, don't stop working. Keep working. Stay in the game. When you're on the sideline and not in the game, you start to lose it, because this is no different than this. You got to work your brain in order to have it continue to work properly. And if you're on the sideline, you don't get that. And so many times we hear of people that retire after working so hard, and then boom, they're gone in no time. So I don't ever want to retire. I want to stay in the game. I love to travel with my wife, and and we do that, which is good to get away.
I've
But-
invited him to North Carolina 5 times,
and
and,
I'm
he
coming.
still ain't come.
And I've done the same
So
thing.
I'm putting it out there on camera. He's got a free place to stay.
We're
so
coming.
all right,
We're coming.
all right. I'm holding you to
Yes.
that. So Johnny, as far as this facility goes,
Yeah.
is there anything that you want to say to? I really want to let people know how good a person you are, but like, is there anything you want to tell the camera that like you want to invite people here because you're very unique, not just you but the facility. I want people to know that like this can be home to you.
Yeah.
So tell the camera whatever you'd like.
Well, a lot of people talk about a business saying it's a family, and I don't do that because I know it's going to happen, but the members say it. I hear it all the time.
Yeah.
This is like a family. We come in and you guys know us, and you care, and you're always talking. And I invite people to come down, and I say to them all the time, come in here, try it out. In fact, what I do say, because this is how confident I feel about my facility and my staff, is this: I'll tell people, go to as many gyms as you can and work out there. Everybody should give you a free workout that owns a gym. They'll give you a free workout. I don't want you to do that. Come to this gym, try it out, but go to other gyms. And then when you're done looking at all the gyms, take a step back and then ask yourself one simple question. Which gym is going to put me in the position to get the best results that I can get? And I say this, no other gym owner is probably going to say that, because you're not going to invite them to go to other gyms. I invite you to do that because I feel that this gym has the most to offer to get you into shape, by the facility, by the vibe, by the energy, by the staff, and by the equipment.
I agree.
And that's why I say it. But I say that for a reason, and I think that it resonates with people, and they come down here and they want to do it. Don't join a gym because of what it costs. Don't join a gym because it's around the corner. Don't join a gym because there's good, pretty ladies or guys in there, whatever you want. Join the gym that you're going to get the best results in, and that's where you should go. And that to me is special. Come here.
Come on in, bud.
Come here. What's your name?
Cody,
Cody. How old are you?
11,
11. How old were you when you started here?
9,
He was about this big. And he's been working here, working on speed and strength and agility. Has it helped you?
yeah,
All right.
Do you enjoy it?
yeah.
I can tell. Thank you, buddy.
He's a great guy. And you should have seen this little guy when he was out here. He was the cutest guy. Everyone would stop and look at him. He was just a little pint of beans, man, when he started. But to me, that's special. Having somebody
Absolutely.
that has that type of longevity at that age.
Yeah,
11.
no.
Yeah.
Well, Johnny, you've created something special. I want to fly the drone and really show off this facility. But
Let's
Johnny,
do it.
give me a hug. I can't thank you enough.
I appreciate you, man.
And
I
I come honestly, of course, to film, but I come to really. I haven't seen this guy recently, and I come to see him, hang out with him a little bit, and really, this is what I'm talking about with people, about cultivating relationships. Johnny could never buy a piece from me again. I could give two shits. I like Johnny, and I support him, and I tell people about his gym, and I know he does the same with equipment in return. And my point is, that's what it's all about. So make sure if you're ever building a gym, building any business really, make sure you take care of people, make sure you befriend people, and honestly, I just feel like be real and vulnerable and raw with him. If this man has a problem, he can call me. I'm going to answer honestly, not what's in my best benefit, what's in what he needs to hear. People take me the wrong way sometimes with, hey, I'm going to give you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And I know you're very similar.
Yeah.
So Johnny, again, I love you, brother.
I appreciate you. And if you looked at our text messaging feed, it's the word appreciate is on there a lot, and it goes back and forth. And I appreciate that you feel the same way about me. But I mean, one of the things we're going to do, we're going to call a buddy of mine in a few minutes about his home gym, and we're going to discuss that. And I just know anybody that I send it to this man is going to be treated fairly, and they're going to get the right answers, not what they.
Absolutely.
If somebody is interested in the piece, and he knows that that piece of equipment sucks, he's going to tell you so. And you need to hear that, because this man's been in the business for decades. He knows more than you. So this is the guy. And
Johnny,
I couldn't be happier with that. And I couldn't agree more about relationship building. And it's a process. No matter what business you're in, we are all in the relationship building business. And I talk about that a lot to the young kids.
Absolutely.
And I teach them how to work on those relationships and to keep them going, because it's really easy to do.
Absolutely.
And so that's what we have. And you're going to join me for dinner tonight?
If we can,
All right.
absolutely.
All right.